Hi, good afternoon. My name is Bart Kurzaya and this is Mike Rice, and we are here one day after the conference, which was held in Castle Cheshin, very close to the Czech border. I am delighted to have you here, Michael.
It's good to be here.
It was really intense and really interesting conference, and thank you very much for doing this. For the audience, I would like to ask you some simple questions. First of all, what are you doing as an architect, exactly?
Well, I would like to define bioarchitecture from my perspective.
Okay.
So for me, bioarchitecture is the art and the science of designing and building spaces that create, support and enhance life and living systems. Hopefully that's not too long, but effectively designing spaces that support biology, bioarchitecture.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit more? How come the building can support the biology? What's the connection here?
Well, bio to me comes first because we are biological. We're on a biologically alive planet.
That's correct.
So the architecture for me is again the art and science of creating a space that allows for the life to optimize, to express, explore its potential. So it's important to understand what biology is. That's my particular interest, because our experience of a space, the wind, the sun, the air, the sensations, the touch, is processed biologically. So our space is going to be affecting us through our senses, through our biological physiology. And so if we can understand what optimizes that, what makes it tingle, what is that mechanism in our body, in our mind, in our awareness, our perception, then we can design a space that not just supports that, but enhances it.
That's correct. So what you are representing, you're representing a conscious architect. You are the conscious architect which applies holistically knowledge regarding life, right?
Okay, now I know your English is very good, but representing to me means I'm representing something.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not presenting anything, really.
You're right.
I am seeking to just be the best me I can be. And I've recognized that I have some skill and some experience in the creation of space, and the creation of space that people enjoy and feel good in. So I'm not representing an ideal or representing a philosophy. They are secondary to this desire to be of service. You know, I'm not re anything.
I understand.
So it's creation, not recreation.
Yes. Oh, co-creation rather.
Yeah, co-creation with the land, with the people, with the community, with their great-great-great-grandchildren.
That's true.
And co-creation with their great-great-great ancestors. Because when you start thinking holistically, you no longer just limit your perspective of what a space needs to be clear.
And what is it that enhances life in buildings? What is it particularly that we are talking about?
Biology loves, at a basic level, to explore and express its potential. A cell, a microorganism, you know, a life form, a human. We wish to understand who we are and what can we become. So an environment that gives the opportunity for that process is to be alive. So effectively, we come alive when we get an opportunity to focus on something. So if your attention is naturally drawn to something, a pair of eyes, an interesting rock formation, a view from the window, a particular curve around a fireplace. Whenever your attention is brought to something, we perceive it, we take in the information, and depending on the quality of that information, the harmony of that information, the beauty, effectively the beauty, we are going to have an upgrade in our sense of self. We'll have an upgrade in our experience in that room, in that building, in that space, in that environment. And so if we can design a space that creates the opportunity in a natural way, it's not about, okay, if you look to your left, you'll see a point of focus, you must become alive. It needs to be a natural feng shui, wind and water, flow, containment of our attention. So you're not directed to a wall that you must regard. It's a natural desire to feel at once alive and relaxed, open and desiring for more. So it's like a gentle push-pull between a feeling of calm, relaxation and sense of peace, and this desire or this excitement about what's next. You know, that's pretty cool. If we can design a space that does that for individuals, for families, for communities, for businesses, this is where it really kicks in, because in our experience, when we create and use create commercial structures that use these principles in the design and maintenance of this space, the commercial upgrade is amazing. I'll give a little example. I designed a community centre maybe 12 years ago. The clients gave a brief that was about this big. A brief meaning a description of what they needed. Specifically in rooms and movements, etc. So, very briefly, they had a budget and they had an expected payback time of 12 years or something like this. Based on their previous usage of space, they projected that into the new building, multiplied it and realized they had 12 years to pay it off. When the building was finished, they paid it off in 4 years because they had 100% occupancy levels, not 40%, you know? And they were shocked that the brief was totally catered for, even though we never read the brief.
We keep it a secret.
But see, this is the process that when you open up to this, it's a non-linear design process. The past, present and future collapse into a moment of clarity. The design emerges and I'm a facilitator or a communicator of that design. And when we build it, it works. So the staff are happy. In this building, staff actually come in at the weekend for free because they prefer to work here for free at the weekend than go home.
Wow, that's unusual to hear.
Isn't it? No absenteeism, large help, large enthusiasm, and a beautiful community feeling within the community centre.
Brilliant.
Rather than, I'm an employee in that building over there, I can't wait for Friday. And so the people that come there feel home. And this is a large space, but they feel as if this is a big sitting room. And that they can talk to anyone. And that's important. That's the essence of community structure.
Well, okay, thank you very much. Very interesting information. I do certainly, I really actually enjoyed this. Now, the question, which is quite important at the very moment. What do you think about the way we structure our cities? Is it aligned in any way to what you are discussing right now?
Well, first of all, who's we and what structure?
The
cities are existing, and we seek to make them better by creating, yet again, points of beauty, points of focus, points of opportunity to rest and observe. So this is why town parks are necessary, because they breathe and they give us a connection, reconnection with nature. And an urban space that doesn't have some natural component is limited in its aliveness. It might be active, but that's not the same as aliveness. It might be busy, but that's not the same as this feeling of calm engagement with life. This calm integration of perception, viewing, calmness, passivity, activity joining together. So if we seek to create a new urban space, we can use these principles to enhance the entire city, the entire urban space. Because a basic fundamental principle of bioarchitecture is coherence at one level, creates a vibration, if you like, which ends up in coherence at all levels.
Now,
that's a key.
Now, please, could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Coherence is literally the name we give for when the waves of information come together in a big hug.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
that's lovely.
They wave together.
And
so there's no destructive interference. They come up in a pattern that supports each other, and not just supports, but enhances. So this is the nature of what we call fractality. And in nature, fractals is the same shape expressing at different scales. It's a beautiful way of allowing for packing and unpacking. Think of a rose at night, it's closed, and then in the day it opens up and then it closes again. A fern leaf opens up and fractally expresses, and then at night it curls back in again. We go to sleep and we wake up. So everything in nature is fractal expansion, contraction,
like a breath in, breath out.
And if you look at the dimensions of the physical body, we can make a large movement, a smaller movement, a smaller movement, a smaller movement, and that's a fractal. So Indian dance, for instance, would use this almost with mathematical precision. Martial artists would use it in a similar way. So it's about harvesting information and energy and applying it at a point. And this is bioarchitecture. It's not necessary for us to know every component. Awareness is the key. So we might be running out of time.
Sure. I'll check the time in a few seconds.
So there's a Japanese expression, and this expression is shin. And shin means mind, heart. together. It's not a singular word, it's mind, heart.
Right.
And Zanshin means mind, heart, everywhere. So Zanshin is like an awareness that's not neurotic, it's more just like a spreading out of awareness into your environment. So you look quite passive and still, but you're extending up, down, left, right. Now, this is in a way very active, but looks passive.
Yes.
Now, when there is a necessity for movement or activity, it becomes mushin, which means no mind, heart, effortless movement. So bioarchitecture is full awareness with no focus.
Okay.
And then in the moment of download, the mushin kicks in and you have the answer. With no stepping stone.
And with that beautiful notes, on that beautiful note, we will end this video. Thank you very much for your attention.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.